Euphoria's darkest cliffhanger explained. For 3 seasons, Euphoria has pushed its characters to the edge. Addiction, violence, betrayal, self-destruction. But nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared fans for the final seconds of Season 3, Episode 5. One minute, Rue Bennett is standing in the middle of the desert, barely holding herself together. The next, she's buried alive up to her neck, staring down a charging horse as Alamo swings what looks like a polo mallet straight at her skull. And then, black screen. No sound, no aftermath, no confirmation, just silence. The kind of silence that leaves millions of viewers frozen in place, staring at their screens, asking the exact same question. Did Rue Bennett just die? Tonight, we're breaking down exactly what happened in Episode 5, what the hidden clues reveal, why this cliffhanger may be Sam Levinson's darkest fake-out yet, and what Sydney Sweeney and Rosalía's explosive Episode 6 storyline could tell us about Rue's fate. Because once you connect all the pieces, this ending starts looking very different. Let's start with what actually happened. Episode 5, titled This Little Piggy, finally detonates the undercover storyline that's been building since the season premiere. Earlier this season, Rue was pulled into a dangerous deal with federal agents. The DEA pressured her into secretly feeding them information about Lori's expanding drug operation and her increasingly volatile new partner, Alamo. Classic Rue, thrown into a life-or-death situation she never asked for, then forced to lie her way through it. At first, she somehow keeps her cover intact, but Episode 5 shows the moment everything collapses. Desperate to protect herself, Rue tries to redirect suspicion onto Magick, Rosalía's mysterious wildcard character. It's a reckless move, and it completely backfires. Instead of taking the bait, Magick does something far more dangerous. She flips the entire narrative and convinces Alamo that Rue is the informant. That single decision changes everything, because Alamo isn't Nate Jacobs, he isn't Lori, he doesn't manipulate, he punishes. And what happens next is one of the most disturbing sequences Euphoria has ever filmed. Rue is dragged to a remote patch of land by G and Bishop. No dramatic speech, no screaming, no chance to run. They hand her a shovel and order her to dig. And this is where the scene becomes deeply symbolic. Rue literally digs her own grave. Not metaphorically, not emotionally, physically. Sam Levinson frames it as more than just a threat. It's a visual representation of Rue's entire character arc. For years, she's been digging herself deeper through addiction, lies, self-destruction, and increasingly impossible choices. This moment externalizes that truth. The grave isn't just for her body. It represents every decision that brought her here. Then comes the burial. She's lowered into the dirt, buried up to her neck, helpless. And when dawn breaks, Alamo arrives on horseback, swinging the mallet, charging straight toward her, cut to black. So, did he kill her? Here's why I don't think so. And the biggest clue has nothing to do with Rue. It's Maddie. Throughout the episode, Alamo shows unusual interest in Maddie's digital instincts and business intelligence. He's fascinated by her understanding of online monetization, branding, and audience psychology. To him, Maddie represents access to a new empire, and Rue is connected to that world. Earlier in the episode, when Alamo directly asks if Maddie trusts Rue, she gives a surprisingly sincere answer. She's a little crazy, but she's got a good heart. That line feels small in the moment. It isn't. It's probably the line that saves her life. Why? Because Alamo has consistently shown that usefulness matters more to him than revenge. If Rue still has value, either as leverage, information, or access, killing her would be strategically stupid. And Euphoria rarely kills major characters without narrative payoff. Rue dying here with 3 episodes left would be pure shock. But Sam Levinson's best twists aren't random, they're psychologically earned. That's why many fans believe the cut to black isn't Rue's death. It's Alamo intentionally stopping short, a demonstration, a warning, a way to break her without killing her. And honestly, that might be worse, because if Rue survives, she doesn't escape. She returns traumatized, shattered, and likely more unstable than we've ever seen her, which sets up Episode 6. And this is where things get even stranger, because Rue is completely absent from the Episode 6 trailer. That omission has terrified fans. But historically, Euphoria trailers often hide major reveals by excluding key characters. Remember how Season 2 concealed Fez's aftermath until the episode aired? Same strategy. Instead, the trailer pivots hard toward Cassie and Magick. And wow, this storyline is escalating fast. Sydney Sweeney's Cassie has spent Season 3 spiraling deeper into her identity as an online adult content performer. At first, it felt like another self-destruction arc. But now, it's becoming something darker, more calculated, more powerful. In Episode 6's teaser, Cassie appears fully committed to performance as identity. At one point, she says, "I'm a performer." That line matters because Cassie has always defined herself through external validation, male attention, romantic obsession, public approval. But this season reframes that need as ambition. She isn't just seeking validation anymore, she's commodifying herself, owning the spectacle. And then there's Magick. Rosalía's character has gone from enigmatic side player to central disruptor. The trailer teases intensely flirtatious scenes between her and Cassie, but this probably isn't simple romance. It feels transactional, strategic. Magick understands power, Cassie understands attention. Together, they could become one of the most chaotic alliances Euphoria has ever created. And here's the theory nobody's talking about. What if this entire Cassie Magick storyline is directly connected to Rue's survival? If Magick orchestrated Rue's exposure, she may now hold the key to saving her. Cassie getting close to Magick could become the unexpected thread that pulls Rue back from death. It would be classic Euphoria storytelling, using emotional chaos in one storyline to resolve physical danger in another. There's also a deeper thematic reason Rue probably survives. Season 3 has been relentlessly exploring consequence, not death, consequence. Every character is being forced to confront what their choices cost. Nate is drowning in debt and violence. Cassie is losing herself inside manufactured desire. Maddie is weaponizing ambition, and Rue is finally facing the real-world consequences of manipulation and dependency. Death would end that reckoning. Survival forces her to live through it. And in Euphoria, surviving is often the harsher punishment. So no, I don't think Rue dies in episode 5. I think Sam Levinson wants us to believe she does. I think the cut to black is psychological warfare, aimed at both Rue and the audience. But if she survives, she won't come back the same. And that may be the real cliffhanger. Not whether Rue lives, but what version of Rue climbs out of that grave. Because after everything she's endured, if she survives this, Rue Bennett won't just be fighting addiction anymore. She'll be fighting resurrection itself. And if episode 6 delivers on what that trailer promises, Euphoria may be heading toward its most devastating transformation yet.